Hi, Year 9. I'm going to show you a video on how we attach two pieces of cardboard together. So as we're starting to build our prototypes for our clutter cutters, we need to learn a good technique used by engineers for attaching two pieces of cardboard together, especially when we're working with thin cardboard like we are for our prototype. So if I was to try and attach this piece of cardboard to the main part of my clutter cutter box, this is too thin. I'm not going to be able to stick that down and expect it to stick without it wanting to fall over. There's a method that we need to use in order to achieve that finish. And the way I remember it is we need to cut our shape out, we score, we fold, and then we stick. So I'm going to grab myself a bit of cardboard and move my clutter cutter box to the side. I'm going to take some measurements from my box, so I'm going to measure the length that I want my cardboard to be, and that is approximately 160 millimeters. And looking at the height of my box, again I'm going to use my ruler, and that's approximately 60 millimeters, so 160 millimeters by 60 millimeters. So let's mark this out on our piece of scrap cardboard. So I'm going to use the edge of the cardboard because it helps me. It means I don't have to cut that edge of the cardboard out. So I'm going to mark where it says 160. And I'm going to come down to approximately 60. And I'm going to finish that rectangle shape off. Now, with this method, we need to add a little bit extra on the bottom and on the sides. So in effect, we need to make this shape a little bit bigger than it actually needs to be. So I'm going to draw a second line at the bottom here, and another line to the right. So you can see that I've got two lines. This is the line we're going to cut. So with my knife and my ruler, I'm going to cut out this shape. I'm going to repeat the cut, and I can feel when I've gone through because it feels rubbery. I'm going to turn the cardboard around, so I'm always cutting towards me because I can control the knife that way. One, repeat the cut. Two, want to repeat the cut again a third time. There we go. Think I'm through. Excellent. Put that scrap bit of cardboard to the side. So that's the cut part. Now we get to the score part. So I'm going to score a line with my knife down this pencil line that I have marked. When I'm scoring it, we are literally running the knife over the top of the cardboard. I haven't cut through it, I've only scored a line. I'm now going to score a line on the second pencil line that I've marked. So that's step two. We've had cut, we've had score. Now we're going to fold. So I'm now going to fold away from that scored line. In the corner here, I'm going to just nick that section out. So you can see now what I've in effect created is almost like a fence from my cardboard. I can now stick this in here and have a look and see if I got my measurements right. I haven't quite got it right. Sticks out a bit too far. You can see it's protruding over the edge of my cutter clutter. So I'm going to make a change to that. With my pencil, I'm just going to mark where I need it to be shortened. With my ruler, I'm going to draw a nice straight line to the top. With my box cutter or craft knife, I'm going to cut that. I can put it back in and check that it's correct. I'm quite happy with that. That's now the right height that I want it to be, and it's the right length. So the next step is, once we've cut and we've scored, it's sticking. So we're going to get our double-sided sticky tape. I'm going to tear myself off a piece of double-sided sticky tape. I'm going to stick it down on those two flaps that I've created. So that's 1, 2. Give it a good push down. Run your fingers along. Really squeeze it down. Now with my knife, being really careful, this is my top tip. We are going to remove that top layer, keeping our fingers away from the blade. Get your knife underneath just the top layer we want to remove. We want the sticky surface underneath, left on top of the card, just that top layer. So that's step 3. There's I've done the cut, I've done the scoring, I've done the folding. Now I'm going to do my sticking part. Now I'm going to stick this down to my prototype in the exact position that I want it to be. There we go. If I hold it that, you might be able to see that a bit better. There is my piece of cardboard stuck down together on my prototype, and I can continue using that method, the cut, score, fold and stick method, all the way throughout my prototype to create a nice, crisp, accurate, finished model of my clutter cutter design. Every time we're attaching two pieces of card together, that's one of the better methods to use. I'll leave the video there. Time now for you to get on and get your clutter cutter prototypes finished.